Breaking news today, among other things, Nikki Haley discusses Trump and Israel. In an interview with ABC News Live Prime host Lindsay Davis, Republican presidential candidate and former U.S. ambassador to the UN Nikki Haley covered a lot of ground, touching on Trump's presidency, the Israel-Hamas conflict, abortion, and her life before she became famous. Just days after the fourth Republican primary debate, Haley continued her swing through the state with a meeting with Davis in Sioux Center, Iowa. He isn't qualified to be president, in my opinion. On Wednesday, during the fourth GOP debate, the question of whether Trump is qualified to be president came up. While former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, who has been vocal in his criticism of Trump, answered in the negative, the other three candidates were less certain. When Davis asked Haley about her silence during the debate, she clarified that her position was not one of fitness but rather that Trump does not have the qualifications to be president at this time. Fitness is not the point. If elected, I would support him for president. Should he be president? He has no business being president, in my opinion. I believed he was the president for the right moment, Haley remarked. Instead of dwelling on the past or dwelling on negativity, we need to address the problems at hand and find creative solutions. Thus, physical fitness is irrelevant. What I mean is, I just don't think he's qualified to be president, she continued. From her campaign remarks, Haley has maintained that Trump was the correct president for the moment, but she has lately begun to urge the nation to put Trump in the past. But she made it clear at the first Republican debate that she would still back the president as nominee despite his criminal record. Trump has publicly criticized the former UN ambassador for her wavering loyalty to him, saying, "She criticizes me 1 minute, and 15 minutes later, she uncriticizes me." The question was raised when the ambassador was questioned about this behavior. Some people think I love Trump too much, while others think I hate him too much. I say it the way I see it, she boldly declared. He won't have my undivided support. I will not oppose him in every way. I don't take it personally. Doing what's best for the country is at the heart of this, she emphasized. Our leadership style is at stake here. This pertains to the way we ought to proceed. The opinions of one person have no bearing on the matter. It all comes down to the fact that our nation is in danger. Israel is opposed to Gaza. In the wake of the unexpected terror attack on Israel by Hamas on October 7, Haley has urged Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to finish the group, ignoring the humanitarian catastrophe unfolding in Gaza on multiple occasions, including that evening at the November GOP debate. She has rejected the notion of a ceasefire, despite her statements about differentiating between civilians versus terrorists in combat. The best way to save people in Gaza is to eliminate Hamas because they should not live under that, Haley said during the debate. We know from experience that when Hamas implemented a ceasefire in the past, it resulted in the deaths of Israeli soldiers and the kidnapping of additional Israeli soldiers. It's the most likely outcome. Davis wanted to know Haley's opinion on who should be in charge of Gaza. I believe Israel does not desire Gaza, but more specifically, they do not desire terrorists residing in Gaza. I believe that the Israeli border must be secure and that terrorists must no longer be able to use Gaza as a safe haven. I believe we need to figure out the logistics of this, she added. In my opinion, Israel isn't interested in it. Even without terrorist attacks, I believe it is a place where people should be able to freely and openly live. Therefore, Israel must take part in that. Hamas has already declared their intention to return, so you can't let events like October 7 pass without fear for your people. I'm going to add to it that they will do it again. Discussion of abortion by Haley, a personal issue. Haley has attempted to tread carefully on the issue of abortion while campaigning, avoiding a call for a federal ban and instead opting for a more humanizing tone. She opens up about her own infertility struggles and the rape of her college roommate. Nevertheless, she has consistently stated her willingness to sign anything that would pass the Senate, while mentioning that it is highly improbable that any ban would be approved given the current rules of filibuster. This was the same strategy Haley used at the third Republican debate in Miami to avoid answering questions directly regarding her support for Senator Tim Scott's 15-week federal ban. When it comes to the federal law, which is what's being debated here, be honest, it's going to take 60 Senate votes, a majority of the House, and a president to sign it, said Haley. So no Republican president can ban abortions any more than a Democrat president can ban these state laws. In reference to the case of Kate Cox, a 31-year-old mother from Texas who had to defend her decision to have an abortion before a judge in order to protect her uterus and future fertility prospects, Davis questioned Haley about the administration's handling of the matter. According to Haley, abortion is a deeply personal matter. The specifics of the case you're mentioning are beyond my knowledge. My one piece of advice is that you shouldn't put this matter in the hands of unelected justices. Every woman and man has a personal stake in this, so it should be up to the people to decide. According to Haley, we're keeping an eye on how the states decide. More and more states are taking a pro-life stance. That is great. More and more states are taking a choice-oriented stance. The people decide, she added, though she wished it weren't so. During the interview, Haley's daughter Rina joined her mother in criticizing Ramaswamy's uncalled-for TikTok comment. Haley has previously stated her intention to ban the app and has engaged in debates with several of her Republican rivals over the matter. To name one notable incident, Haley and fellow candidate Vivek Ramaswamy got into an argument when Ramaswamy brought up the fact that Haley's daughter had a TikTok account, an account that she has since deleted, who asked Ramaswamy, who has a TikTok account himself, "How do you get TikTok banned if you use it?" In this case, I couldn't help but laugh at Nikki Haley's comment. Even her own daughter had been an app-heavy user for quite some time. To start, Ramaswamy said, "So you might want to take care of your family first," to which some in the audience booed. Before yelling scum, Nikki Haley admonished Ramaswamy to "leave my daughter out of your voice." Ramaswamy's comment about Haley's TikTok usage was, according to Haley's daughter Rina, who spoke with Davis, superfluous and unwarranted. "I mean, I felt like it was unnecessary," she commented. "People are aware not to bring children into certain situations, in my opinion. Therefore, it seemed rather unnecessary to me."